Welcome everyone. Today we will talk about A3 thinking in lean construction. It's a structured tool from Toyota's lean system, crucial for solving complex challenges and enhancing team collaboration. And in today's situation, we often face delays and budget overruns. With about 30% of projects affected, a systematic approach is essential for pinpointing and addressing these issues effectively. And here's the definition of lean construction. It is a construction management which to approach aimed at minimizing the waste and maximizing the value. And the lean principles is to poor planning and just-in-time delivery and value stream mapping. A3 reports help visualize problems and solutions on a single sheet, simplifying understanding and engage all team members in the solution process. And the AC thinking is all originated from Toyota's lean production systems and provide a platform to solving the problem and also a communication tools to put all the work members on one page. And the application of A3 is adapted for the construction industry to address specific project challenges. And there's 4 points. Explain how we can use the A3 thinking in construction industry. The first one is the streamlined communication. A3 reports help us streamline communication by using a structured format to clearly outline and share complex issues. Then we ensure that all team members are on the same page, and this clearly prevents misunderstandings and speed up the problem resolution. And the second one is the improves decision making. The A3 reports improve decision making. They provide a clear visualization of problems and their solutions, supporting more informed and effective choices. This is crucial in construction, where decisions often have significant safety and financial implications. And third one is the facilitates problem solving. The A3 also facilitates problem solving. It encourages a systematic approach to identify, analyze, and resolve issues effectively, efficiently. This method reduces the chance of recurring problems, saving time and resources in the long run. And the last one is the A3 promotes continuous improvement. It allies with lean construction principles to foster a culture of ongoing enhancement, driving improvements in project management and execution. Each of these points reflects how A3 not only allies with but actively supports the principles of lean construction, focusing on waste reduction, efficiency, and continual improvement. And I will now hand over to my teammate Lu, who will continue to explain the structure of A3 reports in further detail.
Okay, hello everyone, I'm Lu. I will introduce the A3 structure today. As we know, A3 is very used for problem solving process. But how can we use A3 to solve a problem? This picture shows an A3 template, or you can call it A3 report. Actually, there are many different types of A3 template, but their content and the structure are similar. So today I just use general template to explain A3 structure. In this template, there are 7 points, and each point have some related questions below there. You just need to use the structures to analyze your problem and follow the steps to find the solutions. Okay, let's get familiar with this structure. And the first point is background. In this section, you need to explain why you are working on this problem. It's very important to briefly describe the situation behind this problem because it can help you focus on this particular issue and help others understand the value of solving it. The second one is current conditions. In this part, you need to show how things are right now and what the gap is between current performance and the target performance. It's better to keep it specific and measurable because it's very helpful for you team member to have a precise understanding of the problem and ensure that the data collection focus on the right points. In this part, you also can use some chart, graphs, or maps here to show it intuitively. Okay, the third one is goal. It means you need to set a realistic or measurable goal for what you want to achieve by this A3 process. You also need to consider how much improvement you want and by when do you want to improve and with what impact will it on your performance. Please don't state a countermeasure as a goal here because in this part you need to pay more attention to the target you are aiming for, not the step to get there. Okay, after having good understood what the problem is, what the current situation is, and what the goal is, we need to analyze something, which is very important in this structure. We need to explore the root cause here by examining the work process, such as look at the patterns or trends and locations to identify what caused the performance gap. Also, we can use some problem-solving tools here, such as 5 whys and fishbones to help you determine the root cause. Okay, next, recommendation. In this section, you need to brainstorm 2 or 3 potential solutions to address the root cause you have identified in the analysis and evaluate those options based on their effectiveness, feasibilities, cost, or potential disruptions and choose the best one. Then you need to justify your recommendation by showing how each solution will directly tackle the root cause. After recommendation, you need to create a detailed action plan. This plan is like a step-by-step guide on how you will implement the solution. There are 5 questions listed in this section, 4 questions starting with W and 1 question starting with H. We called it 4W and 1H. You need to answer those questions carefully because it really can help you map out the actual step for your plan. Also, some tools you can use here like Gantt chart that we learned in the class for our other assignments. You also can use it here to help you to create a practical plan. And the last step is follow up. Once the action plan is ready, you need to follow up and monitor the progress and assess if your solution are effectively tackling the problem. If not, you may need to adjust the plan and make some changes to ensure you are moving in right direction. And also you need to learn from what's working and what isn't. Also, you can use the process of PDCA, which is plan, do, check, and act to get continued improvement. Okay, thank you. That's all my part.
Hey guys, this is Angel. I'm gonna be doing a follow-up on Lou's part of the presentation regarding A3 structure. I'm gonna be talking about a case study that explains how A3 was used to find and improve the process of installation of rock wool panels to a ceiling area of 6,000 meters squared. So this methodology was initiated to improve the system and reduce waste due to different processes used by multiple construction sites. And within a week of analysis, where two teams were split into different operations, it was found that the installation process of rock wool panels was inefficient. And we're gonna get into the reasons as to why that is in the next few slides. So, in order to figure out as to why the installation of the rock wool installation panels on the ceiling was inefficient, an 8-day observation was conducted to observe the work process. And this is the current condition of the work site at the moment. So their observation revealed the inefficiencies such as non-value added activities and long break times. Some of the key findings on the last day of the observation was that Team 1 installed 60 panels at an area of 36.28 meters squared, which averages to about 4.3 minutes per panel installed, while Team 2 installed 21.31 meters squared of panels, averaging at 3.35 minutes per panel. And in total, the two teams installed 360.5 meters squared of panels, using 600 panels over 8 days. So there was a lot of time that was wasted due to inefficient installation. And also, for example, Team 1 only spent 42 minutes on actual work, while 65% of their time was wasted. They spent about 40% of their time to necessary but non-productive tasks, and only 4% on actual value added ones. And the goal and target condition of this case study was to improve the efficiency of installation by having two operators work simultaneously. One applies glue to the rock wool panel while the other anchors it to the ceiling. This is just to have them both working at the same time rather than having them idle during certain tasks in order to reduce the total process of the installation to 2 minutes. And for the root cause analysis, it was found that there was issues with the man or the workers, the method, machine, material, and environment of the worksite. For the workers or the man, inexperienced if operators with not enough training was working, so resulting in poor results. And their process was also not standardized, so operators waited for materials to be prepared, slowing it down even more. And the machines weren't very good, and improper tools were also used. And their equipment was also poorly maintained, causing frequent breakdowns. And their materials were damaged by rain, and there were some incorrect ones that were being used, like anchors and glue mixtures as well. Their environment also was not very great. They were exposed to harsh conditions without protection, and they needed proper safety for that. So the way they were able to figure out the root cause analysis from the slide before was through this thing called a fishbones analysis. I'm not gonna go into an in-depth explanation as to what this is, but this is just an example of how fishbones analysis was used to figure out the problems on the worksite. And as you can see in the image here above, the environment, method, man, material, machine, and tools were broken down into like smaller subdivisions to figure out like the specific parts of where everything went wrong. For the recommendations and solutions, a 5S approach was actually suggested to improve the disorganized website. So, like proper tools, it was suggested that each team had the correct tools for the job and that all the operators and workers were trained properly on applying glue, anchoring, drilling, and handling rock wool. And for their scissor lifts, it was they made sure that to replace old lifts and repair the parts. And in this case study, they also had to do some improvements on their process, like having two operations be done at the same time to increase their efficiency. Their daily routine was also changed in order to make running and monitoring operations more smoothly. And site preparation, especially just to make sure their work site was organized to reduce wait times and improve efficiency. As a result, after implementing the A3 principles in this case study, the productivity doubled for the installation of rock wool as shown in the table below. Both teams were able to cover up 60 meters squared per day of rock wool installation compared to the area of 24.9 meters squared from before, with significantly reduced non-value added activities. Their break times were also optimized. It went from 240 minutes for three operators to 90 minutes, and their process and work became more efficient and effective with better use of tools and resources as well. So this case study just shows that implementing A3 lean principles can be used as a strategic tool to effectively reduce the inefficiencies and problems at the worksite. And I hope that having explained this case study to you guys was made you be able to understand more about A3 and how it works and how it can be applied to perhaps future projects or future jobs. So yeah, that's it for my part. Next we will be talking more about the benefits and our conclusion of A3 principles.
The benefits of A3 thinking in construction include better communication efficiency and problem-solving capabilities, and reduced waste with lean construction methods. Improving communication efficiency is one of the benefits of A3 thinking because it ensures clarity and consistency in team communication. A3's structured approach creates a visual summary of problems and solutions, simplifies complex information, making it easier for stakeholders to understand, ensures all team members are aligned and on the same page. A3 thinking can also solve problems by identifying root causes. It can first define the state of the problem and make a root cause analysis based on it. It will encourage in-depth investigation and research before looking for solutions to the problem, and finally come up with comprehensive countermeasures. Taking the logistics link in construction as an example, if there's a delay in material distribution, A3 thinking can analyze the bottleneck in the supply chain from production, packaging to vehicle transportation step by step, so as to solve the problem at the root. A3 thinking aligning lean principles can also reduce waste. From the perspective of personnel, it can reduce worthless or unnecessary work. From the perspective of materials, it can optimize traditional construction steps by using new technologies, such as using 3D printing technology to build the foundation of a house and to achieve a more efficient workflow and project timeline. A3 thinking can also help projects make real-time adjustments and make proactive plans for potential risks, such as floods, hurricanes, or earthquakes, during the project planning phase to avoid long-term shutdowns of projects due to weather conditions. A3 thinking also faces some challenges in its application, including cultural shifts, training needs, and time investment. First of all, many teams prefer to use traditional tools and methodologies that they are familiar with. Promoting A3 thinking requires more resources to be invested in personnel training. This requires the team as a whole to have a deeper understanding of the content of the training, and requires leadership to promote this process. Also, the value produced by A3 thinking may take some time to reflect, because in the early stages of application, there may be some basic problems with the team, and money needs to be invested to make changes. But in the long run, once the operation of the entire team becomes streamlined and efficient, the benefits generated will be much higher than in the past. Therefore, this requires leaders to have sufficient long-term investment awareness. A3 thinking also needs to be tolerant of new technologies and ideas, and cannot rely on traditional methods. Although new technologies may be risky, only continuous attempts can make the overall industry progress. In conclusion, the reason why A3 thinking is important for lean construction is because enhanced communication and the structured problem solving and the proactive adjustments are vital to lean construction success. And also A3 aligns with the goals of lean construction. It can support lean goals, enhance communication across all levels, structure and data-driven problem solving, and it can encourage accountability and ownership, Also, it can promote Lean culture transformation, and it has long-term benefits. Overall, A3 serves as a powerful strategic tool that drives Lean principles in real-world construction projects.